the opportunity for people who know me on Instagram, start DMing me all the information. Go deep, go deep. Okay, so you may have your information be put into Instagram. All right, but this is just basically the. It's not as this is not as detailed as the one I will put on Instagram, but this is just as a way of summarizing and also showing what I took pictures of, and I try to take pictures as much as I can because, this is to show you the evidence and all that. Okay, so let's get started. Otakon 2022. I've been to Otakon since 2017. In 2020, it was canceled because of COVID. So, just to give a background, it debuted in 1994. Here's the twist. It debuted on July 29th to 31st, 1994. For this year, it's held on the same exact dates. Friday, Saturday, Sunday on those. And it's how many years is this? That is about 18 on is it? Yeah, it's 28 years. Wow. That's a lot of years. I gotta tell you that. Yeah, 28 years. I can't believe it's still 2022. My brain thinks, 2010 still. Time flies. All right, so according to the closing ceremonies, it began with just 350 people in 1994. And at the time, it was, I believe, in State College, Pennsylvania. And then they moved to Baltimore. It was Baltimore's con. And then, due to since Baltimore Convention Center is pretty small, all right, it moved. And attendance went down a bit because of the move. Because they had to get a bigger venue. So, I believe in 2013, it hit about over 34,000 people at the Baltimore Convention Center. That was the previous record. Now it reached over 40,000. And now those are the preliminary numbers from the info I got during closing ceremonies. All right. And this con is held at Walter E. Washington Convention Center in Washington, D.C., as I said, since 2017. This is a top 10 con in terms of attendance, and this is just based on the attendance numbers I've seen before COVID. So, so before COVID, it was smaller compared to now. So, congratulations on the part, but you don't get a 10 out of 10 from me. You got an 8 out of 10. Why? One reason, it is DC's very own LineCon. That's right. And I will show you why it's LineCon. But I actually was lucky enough not to be affected by LineCon simply because I arrived there 7:45 in the morning. Despite having my train be late for 1 hour. Ay, Dios mío. Oh my goodness. So I also got a minor injury there, but I was able to get through and all that. Alright. Forgot to silence the phone. Yeah, there we go. So, a lot of amenities, if you want to call it amenities. Artist Alley, Dealer's Room, panels, workshops, screenings, photo shoots, and meetups. Also, I wanted to just side note, the photo shoots, can't stand the orange lights. Should be white lights and all that. Screws up the colors. So there's a maid cafe which I wasn't able to get to. It was sold out. Concerts. So Friday Night K-pop was a special twisty twist that they put in there. Alright, I thought Otakon was more with anime and all that stuff, but they want to put a little bit. It's okay, but the main foundation would be anime or Japanese animation, or Asian culture would be like the secondary thing, but the main thing is really anime. This is Otakon is otaku plus convention, and then you get Otakon. Alright. So, yeah. Now, there's also manga library. There's a gaming area. Actually, I forgot to take a picture of it also, but it's a pretty big one. There's a cosplay rescue. Those are just some of the many, many things. So if I didn't list it there, it's actually listed over here. So they provided the maps and all that. So this is awesome sheet of awesomeness. So it has all the information. I don't know if people actually took the time to read over this. So, and over here, these are the featured programming, the concerts. Okay, there's also some things for kids to do. Awesomeness Prime, I believe, is New York's very own, so that's right over here. See, look at all that. So it's a lot of information here. Alright, now let's get to the next thing. So the good, here is the good. A lot of good, alright? And I know this is just based, I'm just letting people know that this is just based on my experience. I have a friend who I'm actually going to talk about a little bit who did not have as good of an experience that I did. So, now, that being said, it's easy to get to via public transit. I don't have the maps for this, but so there's actually a subway station right under it. The thing is, it doesn't go straight into the venue. You actually have to go outside and then walk around. Alright. What I did was, because there were issues with the red line in Metro Rail, so that's the subway, that's DC subway, I took one of the buses. And it was only $1. I just used the Smart Trip card here, and I have it on my Apple Wallet. Because I go to DC about twice a year, so I go for Katsucon, and I go for, of course, Otakon. And, you know, always, most likely, you know, you're going to have it like this. So, always be ready to have this and all that stuff. So, there's Union Station there and all that. Alright. So, you know, public transit is the way to go. Why is that? I could not find parking just to park my ass. I mean, just kidding. I cannot find parking spots. Maybe because I don't have a car, okay? I don't want to deal with traffic. I don't want to deal with looking for parking, okay? So, very easy to get to. You just have to plan ahead and always budget extra time. I know that sounds obvious, but, you know. Anyway. So, tight security at entry with magnometers. So, those are the metal detectors. So, if you watch my previous streams with Anime Boston, that's similar to how they did it. And so they check with the belongings. The staff, which I'll talk about later on, the staff for the venue, freaking rude and disrespectful. So that's a bad thing. But security's tight given the nature that we're dealing with. So people bringing in guns and, you know, all these weapons, like real life weapons and all that stuff. The next thing is COVID protocols are enforced with vaccination or negative PCR tests, along with a mask mandate. Very important, especially when you're going to have attendance go very high and you can't social distance, so this is a great thing. Map and signage found throughout the con. So, let me go here. So, I talked about that it was line con. This is the line to get to the entrance, to the main entrance, because I didn't have a badge at the time, because I arrived on Saturday morning to get to Otakon's, because I had to pick up the badge, I had to be on this line. So, right on, when you make that left, if I can get my mouse here, if you make a left here, if you keep going, the entrance is actually in the middle. Alright, so this is on this side. This is Mount Vernon West. And I believe this is 7th Street, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, so I don't know too much about DC. I just know just the familiarity because I've been to DC ever since 2017. So they really dropped the ball big time this year with the badges. How so? I want to hear from you. So while I'm waiting for your response, so I'm going to keep going. Alright. Now, I because I arrived super early, even I have line anxiety. But thank goodness the lines were moving pretty well. But again, that's during the morning hours. Okay, so look at this. I love it. You find these throughout the con. adequately, not too much, not too little, just right. So they have these maps and information put in the venue. You can also, of course, see it through here, as I showed earlier, right over here. They even have the booklet here, and you will see also the maps as well. Now, I haven't opened this booklet in a while, so okay, so here. So even have maps over here as well. So no excuses. Alright. You can also look at it through the phone on the guidebook app. Alright, so let's keep going. But yeah, so they have it in the screens, they have it on the regular signs, they have it on the computer screens. See all that? Alright. Also, they remind you to wear a mask, and they have all these these LED signs all over. So you see that, all these things. All right, let's keep going. Okay, Con booklet has lots of info and lots of things to choose from, as I've stated here. The best information you'll get is actually in the guidebook app because things change. There was one panel I went to on Sunday morning. The person couldn't make it. I actually had a backup panel because it was held at the same exact time, and it's held just walking distance on the same floor. Okay, so water was also all over the place, and they had these really skinny water coolers, so they're always being refreshed. Okay, and that's in addition to the drinking water stations. That's also placed where the bathrooms are, near where the bathrooms are. However, there are some restaurants, some food places that are offering water for a price. Don't do that. That's why you have water coolers and you have those drinking fountains there. Okay, so I talked about the food. There's a lot of food places both inside and outside the con. One example, for example, if something's going, if the main food places are closed, we have this. Okay, so this is the express self-checkout. They didn't really give good directions on how to get the passes. I pre-reg for the weekend. Okay, I don't. When did you arrive? Because it said how it goes. Maybe because I've been there since 2017. All right, I don't know if I'm able to get the Google Maps for it. Just give me one moment. So just because I think that gives a much clearer thing here. Walter E. Washington, and I have to I gotta make a new slide here, so I'll just point this out. Oh, sorry, it went through it. Okay, so let me do this. I think this should help quite a bit here. All right, so print screen. Okay. What? Whoa, Don't give me technical issues, please. Okay. All right. Yep, sorry if there's a blank screen. Okay, so they really dropped the ball big time this year with the badges. They didn't really give good directions on how to get the passes, and I pre-reg for the weekend. I came Friday morning. All good. I've been attending Otakon since 2006, and I remember the Baltimore days. By the way, I have a question. How was the con during the Baltimore days? I'm actually curious about it now. Okay, there's the map. All right. So I screenshotted it because just to give an idea here, and okay, where was I? Okay, so now this is how I learned this. Okay, in my first time going to Otakon in 2017, I took the train. So what I did was you don't see this here, but right over here, I don't know if you're able to see my mouse. Okay, so it was smaller but more organized, and the staff was on point. Not sure what happened this year. Okay, so I will tell you in a little bit, actually, what happened. Hint, hint, they were understaffed. Okay, so just letting you know. COVID's probably one of the reasons. Okay, so you can see my mouse here, it's moving. Okay, so right here, it's outside of the map viewing area, but on the top right, there's a metro rail station. And I would walk and I would know, where is this? I don't know. And they don't give, at the time, you know. So it actually takes experience and all that, and knowing people who've been there before. So I didn't know where to go. I would ask directions. That was in the earlier years, okay? That includes last year. Because I was trying to look for the main entrance. Because I remember that's where... This is the main entrance on the bottom here. Alright? So, because of the experience that I've had going to Otakon, what I did was, from Union Station, I took a bus. Because the trains sucked. Alright? And so I found the bus, beep, done, and then I got off here at K Street and 9th Street. And then, actually where these bus icons are. And then I walked, and I saw the line here. And in this line, so this, at the time, when I arrived, so this is the end of the line. At the time, the venue wasn't even open yet. So they said they were going to open at 8. So this area here, this is the main entrance. And the line went all the way just like right over here. So I'm going to show you the picture again. So I'm pretty close to the intersection. So where they make this left turn. So this left turn over here, I was here, right over here, and then you make that left turn here. So, if that makes it any clearer. Alright. So, let's get back to it. Okay. So, healthy turnout of people. It depends on who you speak to. Reason why I say that is simply because there are a few people, like me, who like lots of people, anime expo kind of crowds, lots of it. New York Comic Con crowds, lots of it. Over 100,000 people, love it. Okay, as long as the crowds are moving, that's okay. But I love lots of people, I love it. But there are other people where, understandably, so they get scared, they get stressed out, they get anxiety with big crowds. Even before COVID. Alright. So, you know, I couldn't imagine how scared they would be since we're still in the pandemic. I think we're in more towards the tail end of it. I hope. Don't jinx me, please. I'm still monitoring COVID, but we're not going to do COVID or monkeypox today. That's going to be for the next stream because I want to dedicate the time for Otakon. Alright, so healthy turnout people. I'm going to show you. Watch this. If I can find... There it is. I think that's Artist Alley. So, lots of people there. And this. Oh, by the way, the one on the right picture, I don't know if you're watching Firestar, that's from your stories. Thank you very much. So, just to give credit. In Florida, we have MetroCon, which is our biggest anime con in Tampa, and usually brings in 12,000 people. Look up their chess match. It's a fun show. Is this the cosplay chess one? Anyway, so MetroCon seems like a con for in general, but that's just me. But you know, we're so lucky that in the United States we have cons all over. We have cons all over. Like I think in almost every single state. That'll be, you know, you'd be lucky if you're in an urban area. You'd be pretty lucky. If you're in the Northeast, there's a lot of it. If you're in the West Coast, there's a lot of it. So anyway. So, okay, I showed you this picture already. Wondering if I have any others. I think that's all I got. Okay, so. Oh yeah, Artist Alley and Dealer's Room were big. I just showed you that. Artist Alley and Dealer's Room, they look similar when you're actually entering. The big difference is that with Artist Alley, If you don't know much about cons, so Artist Alley is where you have individual artists. It's like small business basically, and they have their own artwork and all that stuff. Dealer's Room, on the other hand, you get the more bigger companies that sell things, so they usually give out plushies. In a way, they get, for example, but they give plushies for both. But one of them, like in Dealer's Room, for example, that's more towards the higher companies and all that, and then among other things. All right. The bag check is available at Marriott, but I don't know if I want to put this as the... It's a good thing, though, but the thing is, I wasn't informed about it. On Saturday, I was carrying two things. My backpack and my luggage. And I had no idea that Marriott was doing the bag check. The venue needs to do... So, I wasn't informed. I thought, the venue would do the bag check. I was wrong. Okay? So, and I was carrying all over, and it's not as easy to carry luggage and a backpack in big crowds of people, like, if I can find it again, this, or this. So look at this bottleneck. Alright, also, for attendees, please do not block stairs or escalators. It's a safety hazard. Please. Okay. Oh, no, we're not there yet. I didn't finish the good yet. We want the goods. Give me the goods. Okay. Oh, AMV screenings are in bigger rooms. AMV, if you don't know. Anime music videos. Anyway, let's keep looking. Okay, so I don't know if I showed this, there's an express checkout. And this one... So in case of the if most of the main food places are closed, at least you have it there. There's actually staff overlooking this. So you just take a few things, and then before you leave that small area, you will need to... No, sorry. You would need to go here. Oops, made a little boo-boo there. So, what it does is you put your stuff there, or you put all the stuff there, and then it analyzes, and then it gives you a price. The alternative is to use see those red lights, to scan them, but it's better to put everything in one side. If you do put on one side and then use the same items to scan this one, computers think like a straight line, so they'll think that you have two items, even though you have one. So you have to be very careful about that. You can also, reset just in case. I've never seen this before. I think this is pretty interesting. You can do your Apple Pay there, and I don't know if they do. Yeah, I don't think they do cash here. You have to use your credit card, your debit card. Pretty interesting stuff. Okay, so this one is in Dealer's Room. So they have usually the bigger companies, and they'll sell all these. Look at all these plushies. It looks really nice. Look at all those posters here. So that's just a view, a feel for it. And unfortunately, a lot of them are really expensive, in my opinion, and that's simply because with COVID and all that stuff. And you gotta support these businesses, especially in Artist Alley with those individual artists. They're amazing. So just please support them. So I just want to say that the reason why cons are there is for them is because that's their business basically. Okay, so this is some of the few food spots that they have here. All right, and there are lots of them inside and outside. The Artist Alley is, of course it is, of course. And I tried to cover as much of the space as possible. It's huge. I think Dealer's Room's a little bit bigger, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, they're both big. Okay, so great thing about it, unlike a few cons, this con has lots of dining tables and chairs. Okay, and it's all over the place. I don't see a lot of quiet places, quiet spaces, for example, because sometimes I'm autistic, so sometimes you get tired, and sometimes the noise can be overstimulating. Happens with me. No melt. I didn't have a meltdown, thank God. But I didn't see a lot of the spaces. There are spaces where there's places to rest and all that, but not to keep the noise level down, so to speak. So that's something that I wanted to bring up. Okay, I showed you this already. That's your artist alley. Let's talk about the bad. We're gonna talk about the bad. This is why I give it an 8 out of 10 rather than a 10 out of 10. This con lost points on the fact that this is Washington, D.C.'s very own line con. Look at this. This is 11 a.m. on Saturday morning. Okay, so I showed you this line here. So, very short line. Look at this. So, I started right around here approximately, and this is how long the line was. Now, just pay attention. We're gonna go back to this. Holy moly, look at this. That's a lot of people lining up for the con. So this one, I'm thinking it went around here. It just went around right over here like this. That's a lot of people. There was also, some of my friends who are from here in New York City as well. They went on a Friday. So, Michael, I know you probably experienced this, but there was some kind of a delay or something, and the lines were about 3 to 4 hours long. So those are the information I got. On Friday, I was working like a dog. The reason why I say that was because I had field work right after work, and I had a nurse call me and a doctor's come. That's beside the point. I had a crazy Friday in general. While most people were at the con on Friday, I was working. By the way, I'm a pharmacist, so anyway, I'm still proud to be a pharmacist. I love it. I love working. It's just that, I had things to do, and I had to take care of unexpected stuff after work. So but I was able to make it to Otakon early. Oops. Okay, so there are lack of entrances to the con. There's only 2. The main one's in Mount Vernon Place. That's where the one where I was landing to, and then the other one was in the Marriott. Okay, so let's get back to the map, and I want to thank you, Michael, for bringing it up, because that's a new addition to it. We're gonna talk about the map again. So this one is also part. This is also part of Otakon, but mainly in the basement. All right, now this is the main entrance. So if you do not have a badge, or if you want to buy a badge, you have to go through this line, and that's one of the longest. The other entrance is through Marriott Marquis. You have to go through the escalators, and then you see metal detectors before heading downstairs to the same basement level that connects to this venue over here. Okay, now, sorry, excuse me. Alright, so what was I about to say? There was even a long line in there too, but not as much, simply because you need to get your badges here in order to get access to here. Once you have your badges in your wristbands, your vaccination wristbands, you can enter at either place. There are doors that could lead into the venue around this area. They're all closed off, so you only have 2 entrances, and this sucks, simply because that's what makes the lines longer. So it's really, really, really very important that, and I brought this up at the feedback panel with the higher up staff, that they need to have some kind of registration area in the basement. I mean, that's just, again, it's a suggestion. I did see the space. I forgot to take a picture of it. That's right next to the salon. Actually, maybe I'll show you the map here. Let's get this out. Okay, so we're gonna focus on this. This is this one here. All right, M2. So that's the one in the Marriott. All right. So there's actually space available around this area, or actually above. You can actually have registration there above, like near. You put that there. Put, I believe, an M1. There is space where we can actually put registration. Now, there is an issue. The issue is staffing. It's already understaffed as it is, so that's a big that's pretty big, you know. So again, you know, it just goes to show you, running a con is not easy. So, you know, sometimes it's important to try to understand on the other side of organizers. Of course, you know, they're responsible for everything, and they're trying, at the same time, they're trying their best. Okay. I don't know if anyone had issues with the staff. I had issues with the venue staff, but not with the con staff. Okay, there was, I just want to give a shout out to one of the con staff here. I don't, the way she says this was kind of interesting, but her dedication, like, to help people out in trying to get to the right lines, I just want to thank her. I don't know, I should have met her and just got her Instagram and all that, but I didn't do that. But she was so busy. This is how she said it. Like, that's why I said it's very interesting. So there were two lines. So once you get through the security on the main line, if you don't have your badges, all right. So I pre-registered. All right. So I'm here to pick up the badges. I don't think I've ever heard of Otakon mailing badges. The only badge I got mailed was either New York Comic Con or Anime NYC or Anime Expo. Those are the ones I can think of. And what this person was saying was, if I remember correctly, it was to pick up your badge, white heel. To buy a badge, go heel. And she kept saying over, oh, what's your you have a question? And then so some people would ask, oh, where do you go to buy the badge? Go heel. They did mail out badges out to people, and I was supposed to get mine in the mail too. I think for me, I did not ask for badges to be mailed, and the reason why was because I'm afraid it would get lost. It happened to me a few times. One instance was in 2017, and I had my barcodes and everything. It was like, I want my badges to be mailed. It was supposed to be mailed. I didn't get it mailed. So since then, I said, you know what? No, I'll just pick up. I'll just go early. You know that. So I think, you know what? Maybe I am considering maybe having Otakon mail it to me. I think. But again, you know, I live in New York City. I hope they don't steal mail. I've heard instances. A little nervous. So you know what? I'm not really 100. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sorry, but you know, but I did. Getting the badge on Saturday morning was okay. No major complaints there, even though there were lines. But you know. All right. So, any more pictures to show? Okay. So let's continue. So this there are only two entrances. All right. So I explained the two entrances. There is one passageway that's blocked off. I have no idea why, and this is it. I just, you know, this is not good. You need to have almost free access, basically. Okay, this is to get the foot traffic, the movement, you know, going smoothly, so we don't have to deal with bottlenecks like this. Okay, so anyway, so I really don't understand this. Why the area is restricted. By the way, I actually went through it, but I went from the other side of it. This is kind of near the entrance to it. But again, doesn't make sense to me why they would put this area to be restricted. Alright. Back to this. Okay, so there's also bad Wi-Fi and cell service. If you have 5G, it does not make a difference, because when you're going to call someone, it's going to be very hard. When you're trying to text someone, it's going to be very hard. Try doing an Instagram live. Good luck with that. Alright. You can't even go to a website. because the Wi-Fi and cell service were really horrible. Okay, both of them. And I think it's because of the huge demand. Maybe it's 40,000 plus people using their phones continuously. Next thing, and I know this is an issue with all cons and Six Flags. Yes, I'm talking to you, Six Flags. Food and drink are really expensive, especially inside the con. There will be times where I would go to Starbucks instead, and and I know you're gonna tell me, "Oh, Starbucks expensive." I had money in my gold card, so I had to use it, and I need my points. So let's show it. Okay, so I actually did not buy any food in this part here. Look at this. A bacon cheeseburger with fries is $14.50, and the burgers were basically like one and a half the size. How should I put it this way? About 80% of the size of both of my hands. All right, pretty small. Cheeseburger $13. A Beyond Burger is $18. Chicken tenders is $13. Are you kidding me? You might as well get chicken tenders or chicken selects at a McDonald's or a Popeyes or a KFC. What kind of prices are these? Then there's the gold fries, $8.50. Are they actually made out of gold? Just kidding. Okay. Chips is $2.50. Usually chips is $1. Okay, depending on the size. 32-ounce fountain soda, $5. Still expensive. Okay, here's the thing that I really, really don't understand. I really don't. Let's zoom in. Look at... Oh, it's acting weird. Let's see. Because I really, really, really want you to see this. Let's... Bottled water. Look at this. Bottled water. $4.50? Are you kidding me? Who would pay $4.50 for bottled water? Why? Who would do this? Okay, we have freaking water fountains and water coolers all over the con. Why do you need to buy a bottled water for $4.50? Doesn't make sense. And that bottled water is probably only 8 ounces, which is 1 cup, or 12 ounces, 1.5 cups. You know, those regular Poland Spring waters. It's a sticker shock, seriously. I mean, they're probably going to use the inflation excuse, who knows. That's a lot. That's a lot. And now people are like, oh, it's a con thing, it's a normal thing. No. People already spend a lot just to get a badge. People already spend a lot just to get the merch. People spend a lot already just to get a place to stay at a hotel. Like, come on. This is ridiculous. Oh, I got more. Teriyaki chicken with rice and Asian vegetables. I don't know why they call that, but it's $16. Too expensive. In New York City, I get a platter for $7. Okay? Chicken and rice. I haven't had those in so long. I would order... At the time when I was in college, it was only $5. And I would order those a few times a week when I was in college. Oh, it's amazing. Like, it's very filling, too. Sesame chicken, also $16. And vegetarians, $14. Okay, we'll go. That's still expensive. 2 spring rolls, $7. If these are this small, that's a freaking ripoff. Boba. That's actually the size of the... And I actually asked them about it. It's actually this size. This is the size of the cup for the boba. Who would pay $8.50 for frickin' boba, for bubble tea? I don't understand. Okay, I get a large boba in Flushing, Queens for half that price. A large one. Something bigger than that, like frickin' 24 ounces. This does not make sense. Okay, very expensive. This is not good, not good. South of the border, or in this case, if you want your wallet to go south, a burrito bowl, which is basically almost a size just like the ones in Chipotle, is $16 I can go to Chipotle and I can get that for probably half of that price. You know, every freaking cent, every freaking dollar counts. A vegetarian bowl is $14. Nachos, $8. Okay, guacamole, $2.50. I think that's still expensive too. I don't understand. Okay. So, wait. Okay. Oh, the anime has. I just got a notification from Otakon, but it's like nothing crazy. Okay, so. Whew. Let's keep going. I already talked about the lack of entrances. Okay, so that's yeah. There's actually no. This is different. There's a lack of entrances to dealers' room and artist alley. I actually complained about it last year. All right, so this is what I wanted to explain. So especially. Oh, hola, señor Shelby. ¿Cómo está? This is one of my mods. Meet Señor Shelby. Okay, I don't know which one's facts there, but I will say that it's with the food. Food's expensive, okay? We're all spending, everything went up. Which one didn't go up? Our paychecks. Okay, so this is more of an accessibility issue. So lack of entrances to dealers room and artist alley. So I see more escalators exiting these two places rather than entering. I think for dealer's room, for example, when I tried to get in, they wouldn't let me in. They only have one entrance and two exits. How does that make sense? That's an issue for people where they're not able to walk as much. Like that's I know accessibility, they have two entrances. It's a middle one, and then there's one that's really far away. But even if it's if you're not disabled and whatnot, and you're busy, okay, and all that stuff, you gotta make all these entrances open to two ways, okay. And I've said that, and they disagreed with my feedback. So they said to me, "Oh, we gotta keep the traffic moving." Lord, come on. Come on. Anyway, you can still keep it moving and have any people go through both to, exit and enter the passageways anyway. I mean, the escalators. Come on. Also, closing ceremonies, not all first and second place. They only showed first and second place, by the way, of the anime music videos were shown. The video play had issues. I'm gonna see if I can try to get access to these videos, or hopefully Otakon would post those if they have a YouTube channel. We'll see. Okay, so I made a typo. Sorry. One person at a feedback panel brought up the fact that the autograph area was at Artist Alley, so I didn't see too much issue simply because I wasn't there to get autographs. I was there mainly for the panels, the cosplays, the experience, seeing with people, all these things, and also having fun, right? Okay. So there's so many people at the autograph area, but the hours were limited simply because it's based on the Artist Alley hours, which they close early. And for some celebrities, they want to meet everybody, but due to time constraints, they're not able to. One suggestion is to find another place. Could be the Marriott. Who knows? In the basement, to have to have the the where all the autographs are. so have its own schedule, an own time, and not be affected by limits on the hours of Artist Alley. Okay, and then the other things, few bottlenecks of crowds. The staff again understaffed. They're trying their best here, and well, I'm gonna show this picture again. Look at this. Yes, I hate bottlenecks. Okay, I love crowds, but I hate it when it's very hard to get through. Even though I like crowds, I don't like it when the crowds are not moving to where they need to go, when they're when traffic's not going, and all that. All right. Next thing is, and this one is more personal to me. The Demon Slayer photo shoot was horrible. All right, even though we had fun and all that stuff, it was horrible. Why? Because I wasn't able to take all the pictures. Simply because we could not fit everyone. Then again, Demon Slayer is one of the most popular animes right now. I should know because meet Giyu and meet. Okay. Oh wait, this one I bought at Otakon. This is that's Overhaul. I cosplay him. So yeah, this one I got from a fair in Brooklyn. So I gotta take this one out here. Okay, here it is. So, yep, this is Tanjiro, and I love him, but I love Giyu more. Okay, this is I'm more closely related to him, but yeah, water is the best. They're both water breathers. Okay. All right, put my little buddy there. Hey, I'll put my little buddy there. Okay. All right. So, okay. So it was disorganized. Okay, and so one instances, I think they were going all over the place. What they should have done is in this case, they only have 1 hour to do it. 1 hour is not a big enough of a time. So what they should have done is they should have done just individual characters. That's it. And then if there's time left, then they can do some ships and groups. All right. And she was all over the place. What I found was there was one part where she said that the organizer, she said to everyone, "I want all the Hashiras," and I don't have the picture of it because I couldn't find anyone who could take a picture of it. And almost all the cosplayers, almost all the Demon Slayer cosplayers were Hashiras. And I'm guilty of it because I dressed up as Giyu over there. Okay. And that's what happens. And I'm going to try to find pictures for it. I think I'm going to have to go to the Facebook group. Okay, whew. That's a lot of information right there. Whew. So, I did not prepare a slide for the verdict, but I will say that, please, please, please come to the con as early as possible. I say between 7 and 8. Actually, well, 6. I told my friend, one of my mods here, but I think he's not in right now. He's sleeping. So I told him, arrive at the con between 6 and 8 in the morning. The earlier, the better. Especially if you go to Anime Expo. Alright? Or any of the cons that are top 10. Otakon is a top 10. Super important. Alright? I didn't have as much issues with lines because of that. Alright? And please plan ahead. Alright? And on my YouTube channel, I've done a few con survival panels / seminars, okay? The most recent one's Anime Boston. That's one of the better ones. This Saturday, on the 6th and the 13th, I will be doing a panel. On the 6th, I'm going to do it under PuchiCon, so that's run by a friend of mine in Teaneck, New Jersey. So I hope I see you there. I think it's likely I'll record that. The other one is a week later, same topic, but it's outside in Staten Island. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm actually a cosplay ambassador for that convention in Staten Island on August 13th. Again, it's outdoors. They're gonna have a monitor outside, so I will be presenting outdoors. Um, the other thing I want to bring up for that outdoor con, I don't know if, by the way, it's organized by a few of my friends as well. Be prepared for precipitation just in case. It's been an outdoor con, I think, since 2020. 2019 it was when it debuted. So for this one, 2019 it was hybrid. It was inside and it was both held indoors and outdoors. But this one is an outdoor con. I'm actually gonna share this, just as a reminder. And let's put this here. Okay, so this is GoASICon. So GoASI stands for Geek Out at Staten Island, and this one is run by the Muslim Sisters of Staten Island. Okay, and this is basically, I think, the only outdoor con that I know of in the Northeast. Okay, I'm a cosplay ambassador. You see the picture on your left here, and I'm a cosplay ambassador. So, if there's still time to buy tickets, okay, even though it's held on August 13th, but time is running out. So, if you want to save yourself those $5, okay, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to goasi.com to get tickets, and you'll be led into an Eventbrite page, and you enter the promo code Goldine with an A, not with the two E's, okay? And then you get your $5 off. So, again, I had to plug it in because, just as a reminder, all right, time to panic a little bit. You gotta, I hope to see everybody there, particularly those who are in the tri-state area or in the Northeast. Very excited for this. All right. And I will be right back. Need to rest my voice a bit. We're going to do the rail report, and this will be for August 1st through the 5th. That's, of course, only in New York City. I don't know why it says DC, but it's New York City Rail Report. I'll be right back. Alright, so. Yes! It's smooth, yes! Here's the second segment. Alright, before I go over the rail report, next year's Otakon theme will be on trains. And I love trains. Oh boy. So, here's my other segment. This is what I do twice a week. So, on my way back to New York from Washington D.C. from Otakon, I actually posted this on Instagram, on my Instagram story /highlights pretty early because I always do this. I always organize this while I'm in a train or in a bus. So mainly in a train because I get less dizzy when I take the train and use my phone. So I gathered all the information, verified everything. All right, so I usually do it Sunday nights for the weekdays, and I do it Friday nights for the weekends. And I do this for all of them. Excuse me, wow. Hay fuego adentro de mi estómago. I mean, what I said was there's fire in my stomach. Holy crap. What did I do? Alright, so. Let's do it. So, when I do the rail reports, so those who are not familiar with my rail reports, while back, I think that was last year. That was the last. 2021 was my last year in doing maps. Why is that? Because drawing the maps take goddamn forever to do. And I have a busy schedule, and I'm very busy with so many things, and my schedule gets unpredictable as well. So I started doing rail reports, and these are rail summaries for the New York City, at least in this case, it'll be the New York City area. The last time I did it, it was for the weekend. It was both New York City and Washington, D.C. Because I'm going to Washington, D.C. So, in this case, for this week, I am not traveling to any place that's outside the Tri-State area. So, we're going to do the New York City, the NYC Rail Report. But this one doesn't just cover the subway. It also covers the Long Island Railroad, the Metro North, AirTrain JFK, and AirTrain Newark, the PATH trains, New Jersey Transit Commuter Rail, New Jersey Transit Light Rail, that's both the Newark one and the Hudson Bergen Light Rail. Alright. And it also includes Staten Island Railway, those kinds of things. If there are advisories, they will be there. But if you notice there are no advisories for it, that means they are not stated as of Friday night. Not Friday night. Sunday night. Okay, that's for the weekdays. We're doing weekdays now. So anyway, that's the intro. First thing I have is we're gonna do the ongoing, and the first one is the J train. You should know already that there is no J train between 121st Street and Jamaica Center, and there is a bus the J99 bus that goes from 121st Street and Jamaica Van Wyck or Van Wyck, depending on who you talk to, and also they will cross honor on a few of these Long Island Railroad stations between Atlantic Avenue and a few stops over here. Alright, so you just show your Metro card as long as it's not expired, and you don't pay the Long Island Railroad fare, and you just save yourself $7 and change one way. Especially if it's in rush hour. Alright, so that's an ongoing thing that's going to be through September of this year. So it's basically next month, probably late next month. All right. What is the next one? The next one is the D train in the Bronx. Where is it? There it is. So you're not going to see this one. D train will be local throughout. All right. Next thing is the 2 train. Well, actually the 5, right? Sorry, the 5 train. So from Monday through Friday, 7:20 a.m. to 8:50 a.m. Some of the 5 trains will actually go on the 2 train between Grand Concourse, and then it'll go to either Rector Street, or it's gonna go local, go on the 3 train, and then go on the 4, and then stop at Utica. But it's only for 90 minutes in the morning. and it's only the southbound ones. Okay. Next thing is, and I still kind of find it's weird, the D train from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. in the morning. The northbound D train skips 182, 183rd streets. Alright, so. Whereas the next thing, this is a nighttime thing, and this is an ongoing thing, and oops, what is this happening? Okay. Excuse me. There's no Q train between Atlantic Avenue and Prospect Park. You need to take a bus, basically, to get through that. And also at nighttime, the trains don't run as often. So that's one thing. Okay, the next thing is on the PATH trains, 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. every single day. It's gonna skip 9th Street and 23rd Streets. Next thing is New Jersey Transit. Oh shoot. Let's move this over. I believe this is through September 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, that's a Friday. So, there's no trains between Summit and Gladstone. You're going to be taking a bus. Simple as that. That's your ongoing. Let's go to for this week. So, first thing. So, this is August 2nd to the 5th. So, this actually starts on a Tuesday, not a Monday. And this is from 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. The N train southbound is express between Astoria Boulevard and Queensboro Plaza. In addition to that, the W train will not go to Astoria Ditmars Boulevard. It's actually going to go on the queue between 57th Street, 7th Avenue, and 96th Street. The next thing is, and this one is only for August 4th to the 5th, and it's 9:45 a.m. to 3 p.m. We're actually going to go to the F train in Brooklyn. So there's no F train south of Kings Highway. So between Kings Highway and Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue, you're going to have to take a bus. That's your daytime one for this week. Nighttime one. So the 1, 2, and 3 trains over here is going to stop at 86th and 79th Street. So expect a freaking bottleneck. Next thing, northbound A and C trains. Oh, the anxiety train. That's the A train there, okay? So northbound, it will be on the F between J Street and West 4th Street. In addition to that, northbound will go local and stop at 23rd and 50th Streets. In addition to that, southbound anxiety train and crappy train, the AC, that will go express southbound between 168th Street and 59th Street. In addition to that, there is a southbound southbound N train right over here in Brooklyn. Southbound N train will be going on the D train between 36th and Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue. Alright. Next thing. This is Monday and Wednesday. Well, actually, yeah. So this is ongoing. This is for the 6th train. Let's go to the Bronx. So, southbound 6th Street will be expressed between Hunts Point Avenue and 3rd Avenue, 138th Street. In addition to that, starting Tuesdays and Thursdays, this is the August 2nd and the 4th. Alright. Oh, I actually have to fix this one. Alright, so for Tuesdays and Thursdays, southbound 4 and 6 train is expressed between Hunts Point. I'm sorry, not Hunts Point. 42nd Street. Between 42nd Street and Brooklyn Bridge. So it's gonna stop at 14th Street Union Square. Obviously. Next thing is 6 train splits at 125th Street. And the other thing is E and F trains is local between Roosevelt over here and 71st Avenue. So not as heavy. I guess you can all handle this, right? Right? What can you hear? Anyway, just kidding. But yes, I think this is more manageable. All right, so not as much issues, but nighttime we got issues. So in general, simply because the trains don't run as often. All right, so thank you so much for watching the Twitch stream, or if you're not watching this live, thank you for watching on my YouTube channel. I appreciate you. All right, let's start rating. Who am I gonna raid? All right, so let's see. Also, on Instagram, so for this week, I will release my full, in-depth, super duper detailed of my Otakon review and analysis. Alright, so, but this one for Twitch, it's just a show and tell and all that stuff. So who is... I don't see a lot of people. I only know this person over here, Junipat. So Junipat is one of my favorite couple. So it's a husband and wife streaming together. Alright, so I will send the raid to them. And I don't even know what they're playing. It says Lost Nova. I don't know what that is. Okay. Anyway, so, but let's send some love to Junipat. So, you know, and for those of you who watched for the first time, thank you for coming. I know it's a lot of information and all that. And it's a different view. Usually Twitch is more for gaming, but I tend to be a little bit different with that. Anyway, in the words of DJ Nicky Zem, one of my mods, I hope you all stay healthy and safe as always. Y en las palabras de Doctora Ana Maria Polo, he dicho, ¡boom! Transmisión cerrada. Enviamos a raid a Junipat. Let's send a raid to Junipat. Alright, see ya.